Hello. So, obviously, where we left off, we of course had just had an absolute disaster, and a bunch of people died in the marina. And we ended up leaving the marina on our boat. Of course, we lost Matty, we lost Naomi, we lost a lot of people. Was it Declan and what was her name? The lady's name, I forget her name now. We lost June as well. So June and Declan both were killed too, as well as three harbour folk. We of course met the ACA, the American Canadian Alliance. They were not some nice guys. They were very mean. They were very nasty. And then now we're on the boat and we're heading towards, what was it called, Neptune Bay? Was that the name of it? I've actually forgot. Silly me. Neptune Beach. Sorry, Neptune Beach. So we're heading towards Neptune Beach. We're on the boats. Now, the thing is yesterday we probably should have learned a new rumour. Now, because that sort of session was kind of 2 days in two, I don't know if, I think new rumours are done per session, not necessarily per day, so I don't think it's a big deal. But I'm just going to say, like, retroactively, we learned something when we were in Ladner. Yeah, so I'm going to say retroactively, we learnt something in Ladner when we were there. So when we were at the hospital. So I'm going to say first one is something I learned in the hospital. And it's probably like a note or something I saw when I was in the hospital. I probably should remember to do this, but it's kind of difficult to balance everything and remember everything. So whatever. I'm going to roll the theme oracle and we'll see what kind of thing it was. So we've got 63. And then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, migration. So would migration be? I feel like migration couldn't exactly be anything to do with food. That doesn't feel right. Migration doesn't feel like it could be. I mean, migration feels like it has to be people. I don't think I can think of anything else because it's got to be like a note we found, right? So I'm gonna say it was I'm gonna roll a D. I'm gonna roll a double high. You'll see why. 52. It kind of seems silly, but movement from one part of something to another. I know I've kind of got the definition up here. Seasonal movement of animals from one region to another. It could have something to do with animals. I was thinking like bird migration, but I think it has to be like human migration from one place to another. Seeing as it's one place to another, I feel like one place is obviously we found it in Canada. So I'm going to say that 52 people migrated south, or they were migrating south. Meaning, oh wait, no, I like this. Wait, listen. So there was a group of 52 people who once were surviving in the hospital. They were, or at least they left a note. Right, they were some people. Now, obviously, at that Ladner hospital, we had like the military or whatever that made people like do Russian roulette and like kill people. That was something that we found out when we were at the hospital. So maybe there were like 52 people who actually managed to survive that. 52 residents of Ladner. Where the hell is Ladner? It's here. 52 residents of Ladner, and they migrated. And when they migrate, obviously, when you're migrating, you're moving from one place to another, as we see with the definition. And I'm gonna say one place. It could just be like Ladner to another town. But to make it more interesting, I'm going to say they're moving into Point Roberts. The note suggested that they were heading south to Washington. And I'm going to say I've only just sort of like, it was like a cryptic kind of note, and I've only kind of figured that out. So, yeah, that is our rumor. Let me write it down. Another rumor. Now, this one will be something that I'm going to say Tommy discovered, okay? Let's say whilst he was sleeping, he was tuning the little radio on his trawler, and he heard some sort of like signal on the radio for a blip, but it wasn't. It was like a crackle, and obviously he was drunk because he was drinking himself to sleep. So the validity of this is probably going to be a little lower because he was pissed and it was staticky, and obviously it's some rando on the radio. So we got 34.6. So 34. And then 6. Resilience. I feel like we've had that one before. Resilience. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for something a little out there. obviously resilience is like the ability to sort of, I guess, how do I define it? Like the ability to like withstand something, right? Something's resilient, it can withstand something and kind of bounce back. And now this could be weapons, I suppose, but it doesn't really, like, a weapon doesn't bounce back. You use a weapon. Like resilience only works if you, like, for weapons, if like someone's got the weapons, right? As in they've been resilient with the weapons. The weapon itself isn't resilient, if that makes sense. So I feel like this has to be a vehicle. Specifically, it's a tank. And because it was in Ladner and it was some sort of, it was a signal that kind of he loosely heard. I think we're going to have to roll on the map to where this potential tank could be. So there is a possibility that an actual tank, a literal tank, is somewhere. Now, what I'm going to do to keep it simple, 1, it's in Point Roberts, and we just don't know about it, and it's hidden somewhere. 2, it's in Tawassen. 3, it's in Ladner. 4, it's in Richmond. 5, it's sort of off here, in this kind of big green part here. And if it's 6, it's not in this area. It's somewhere completely different. 3. 5 is over here. Yeah. Okay, so it's in Ladner itself. So Tommy kind of tells us this now because obviously shit was going wrong. Naomi just died, so it was not the time to drop this hint. But somewhere in Ladner is a tank apparently. He heard on the radio like some guy saying, I've parked, like off. He's sort of, maybe it's like a soldier radioing his commanding officer saying that he's left his tank somewhere. That the tank is located somewhere low. So where in Ladner is it specifically? I mean, I guess we could be anywhere really. Oh my god! I just found this place here. London drugs. That's kind of funny to me. Maybe it's in here. It's like there's like this kind of like strip mall-ish area here. Maybe it's just kind of in this car park, and maybe this is kind of this sort of strip mall-y area-ish kind of this sort of complex here. Maybe all this has been like fenced off and like fairly secured by the military. So the tank is just kind of here. So it's in this like sort of the center of Ladner, near the Starbucks, near the Starbucks in this sort of square here. So that's what we're gonna go with. It's there. And then you can see here, I've rolled 6 dice, and all of these have been updated now. They obviously all... Wait, one was free. Oh yeah, because this one's only filled 1. Yes, they are. All updated. The clocks are updated, and then obviously we need to do our issue clocks as well. We do probably have to get some new issues, but a lot of these are character issues, so I think what I'll probably do is I'll probably just like do one of these, and this will just kind of be this, like more character issues for now. We've obviously also abandoned the church van. I was going to say the church van could be an issue because obviously it's been popped out, but like realistically we abandoned that, so whatever. So we'll roll for the issue clocks. So these are the numbers. All but 1 I think were updated. So there you have it. So these couple are dangerously close to becoming big issues. Now this is just going to be a random thing really. So when this gets filled up, we're going to have a nice surprise. But the Harbour Folks beliefs, we probably do need to address this because this is going to become an issue at some point. And then the Fragile Harbour members, this will become an issue too. And then yeah, you have all these as well. Yikes. Also Carlos's addiction. I guess he's been lobbing those pills. So, starting the session, of course, the 17 of us are all homeless. Now, I had 2 stress starting, and I forgot to actually relieve stress, but because I've slept on the night, I would have 1 stress, as I put here. I think I've got 0. I put 0 there, but I would have 1 stress because obviously I'd lose. I had 2 because I pushed a roll, and obviously the zombies as well. That means I've got 1 stress. So I'm going to relieve stress by kind of talking to people. And obviously I'm sort of becoming good friends now with Callum. I've kind of there, I'm being there for him because obviously he lost his son. And, maybe his wife sort of blames him as well because that's what she does, right? She is, her thing is that she struggles with her temper when someone underperforms or makes repeated mistakes. She lashes out. So obviously, because Callum's technically underperformed because he didn't get anything, so he's not been there. He wasn't there to protect his son. And what does he have to show for it? Fuck all. We didn't get anything. So I think she's been like giving him a hard time, right? And so I'm kind of there for Callum. I'm sort of befriending him, and I'm saying, like, listen, I'm there for you, man. I'm there for you. So I guess I could do a manipulation role as well, but I'm going to relieve stress by doing this. Doesn't really matter. I mean, oh wait, actually, because I'm lead, I forgot as well. I've got a talent, but it's only with leadership roles. Basically, when you succeed at leadership, you get an automatic extra success, but it doesn't really matter because I didn't succeed. But so I guess I haven't really done much, so I haven't really increased our friendship, but I haven't made him feel better. He just feels bad. He's still feeling bad, but at the very least, I've relieved stress by doing that. So, and now I've got 0 stress. But as we're sort of on the boats, it's morning now. We're obviously some of the people have been asleep. I'm going to say that the people probably Tommy was probably on the boat. That guy probably needs a good rest. We'll say Tommy was riding. I feel like Miriam probably was as well, keeping herself distracted from the fact that she lost Tommy. The Declan. I feel like Isla was probably sailing us as well. Now, obviously there are 10 boats, so how did we do this? Now, we said that we're going to keep all 10 boats, but I feel like realistically we can't. We'll say that we've got all 10, or we've got all 10 boats. We're all sort of piloting them together. I guess as well, maybe one's tugging another as well. I don't know if that wouldn't be impossible. Yeah, maybe one's tugging another as well. Sorry, this was a bit of a tangent. But anyway, yeah, we're on the boat, we're getting to know each other. I'm talking, we're sort of sailing and we're stopping every so often. And now we've kind of decided, okay, let's go to Neptune Beach, or whatever it's called. I keep forgetting it. Neptune Beach, yeah. So here we go here. So obviously there's a potential alliance that the harbour folk talked about. Some of them swear they met someone. So now we have to roll the luck oracle. How true was this potential alliance? It's not true. Now, it's not true it's not an extreme no. An extreme no means that there was no one ever there, right? So basically no people existed, full stop. But a normal no probably means, I'm going to ask the luck oracle again. I probably shouldn't do this. This probably isn't the way to go about it. But I'm going to ask the luck oracle one more time. Okay, so there isn't some great cool alliance that we can have, but potentially is there something? Is there some people who are friendly? 4. Yes. So 4 means yes. And how many people are there? So I think what we'll do is So I kind of went on a bit of a tangent there. The rumor wasn't true. It was a no, it wasn't an extreme no. So basically, these people aren't an alliance, if there is people. But I think to really truly determine what it is that is in this thing, because we're entering a new sector, Neptune Beach, I'm going to just consider it one sector. We need to roll what encounter we have. So let's roll for that first, and then we can kind of go from there. Now they might still be friendly, you never know. So we've got 5. Ooh, it's a faction encounter. Okay. So there is someone there. The alliance, there just might not be an alliance. So now we have a faction encounter. So we have to roll faction size. 2. Okay. So 2 is 6 to 10 of them. Now I'm going to say... wait, I think there is... It's 6 to 10. We can figure that out. We can just roll 2 10 dice. Oh no, we just roll 1 for 10 dice. 6 to 10. So 3 plus 8. Well, that doesn't make sense, does it? So I guess it's 10. There's 10 of them then. Haha. It's 10 of them. Okay. 10 of them in total. It's the full Monty. So we've determined that. Now we have to roll what kind of... Let's just go what type it is, okay? What faction type it is, because this is gonna be the scary part, okay? Let's roll this. What is the faction type? If it's 1, I'm going to cry. It's not 1, it's 2. Well-structured and functional society. Things work according to a pre-decided rules and routines. Nothing is left to chance. Okay, so that's the same as the harbour folk. Well-structured. Sort of, little knit group of 10 people. Now we have to roll 6, which is a doctrine of or a code of conduct is interpreted to decide what is wrong or right. It could be rules the group made up themselves, laws from before the outbreak, religious beliefs, or thoughts and ideas from a mad soothsayer. Okay, so I'm going to say, should we go into the religious? It's a bit cliche, but I feel like we'll go religious. We'll go religious for now. It's a religious group. We'll say that. Now, we know that they're well structured. There's 5 of them. They're religious. What does their faction need? 3. They are protection. It could be to find a better haven, to defend their haven from intruders, to find more weapons, or to kill an opponent they fear. Oh, so we're in the same fucking shit, aren't we? Okay, so let's just let this align. They want to find a better haven. They've got, like, I'm gonna say, because this is my idea anyway. So in Neptune Beach, they're living on this little thing here, down here, the hook. I'm gonna call it the hook. So they live on this like little marina, and there's like houses down here as well. So it's like a marina drive, and there's houses. So they've kind of secured like this area up here, but it's not the best. And there's obviously not great. They can't really grow food here. I'm gonna say that's part of an issue for them too. Yeah, I'm just gonna decide that that's an issue. That feels like, so I've already decided their issue for them. But they can't grow food, and they're wanting to look for a better haven. So that's the 5 of them. They're a religious group, but did I do leadership type? I don't think I did I? Oh no, a doctrinal code. Yeah. So that was their leadership type. So they are all religious. So they all sort of follow a religion. Oh, should we determine what religion is? Okay, let's go. So, okay, we'll roll 6. I'm gonna say, if it's an even number, it's something Christian. If it's an odd number, it's something different. Okay, something different. I've always got these fun ways of determining. So 1 is Buddhism. So I went from these are the top 6 like biggest religions other than Christianity and obviously like atheist, because atheist isn't a religion. That's silly. So we've got Buddhism, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, folk religion, which I think this is like covers like a bunch of like African folk religions and all sorts, but and then Shinto. But I feel like if it lands on folk religion, we might do like Bigfoot or some shit. Shinto I know nothing about, so I'm really hoping it's not that. 1. Buddhists. It's a bunch of Buddhists. Okay, that's kind of interesting. That's something unique. Okay, so I asked it to generate them, and I told ChatGPT everything about this group. So here we go. We've got I don't know why it's done ethnicity, but whatever. We got, oh god, Famrin, Myra, I don't know how you say this. Venerable Famrim. Myra Devakota, Jinsu Huang, Amita Bose. If I'm saying these wrong, oh my god, I'm gonna have to learn how to say all these names, but that's okay. Pasang Nobu, I'm not even gonna say that. I'll butcher them. Jonas Rahal, Lamho Tessering, Dawa Tenzin, and Kanya Liang. I probably butchered them, but let's have a little look. So, Venerable Tam Rin. So he's male, he's bold, gaunt, always in the middle. Okay, so he's emotionally detached to the point of indifference to suffering, views death as a release, even for children. Oh, Jesus Christ! Harbors, okay, so, this is kind of interesting. So he's head of agriculture, failed crops. Yeah, so he's tech. Harbors guilt for crop failure, secretly hoards stolen dried food for future suicide pact with her son. Oh my god. People are wrong. It sneaks out at night to meet survivors from another group. Doesn't tell his own people they exist. Oh, Jesus Christ. Secretly feels outsiders with temple supplies. Thinks compassion means ignoring the rules sometimes. What the fuck? What the fuck? So let's roll what their assets are. Now, obviously, it can't be food. So if it's food, I'll re-roll. Because we've already predetermined that's their issue. Okay, medical equipment. Okay, so they got lots of medical equipment. Okay, so let's roll defense. 3. So they got 3 defense. Okay. So they are a group of monks. We have all their names here. No, it didn't give them any gear, but I guess they probably wouldn't have guns, let's be honest. They're a bunch of Buddhists. Most of them are pacifists. So, there's 10 of them, obviously. We're gonna have to change some of their names just so obviously they're all related and stuff. We will generate some pictures and stuff for them. I'll do that just so we can have some visualization. But I guess ultimately what we need to find out is, are we able to scout ahead and figure this out, or are these monks, these Buddhists, well, they're not all monks, I think one of them is a monk, are they going to have the jump on us? So we need to roll, obviously, for good old Skyless. He's going to be scouting, so that's his base 4, plus he's a master, so trained, master, expert. Sorry, he's not a master, he's an expert. So that is 1 success, but that's okay. So that means that Silas is able to scout, and that means we have the not the jump. I'm gonna say we have the jump on them. Yeah, I feel like if we get 1 success, I'm gonna be nice to myself. So yeah, we've got the jump on these monks. Now I don't think we're taking chances. Now obviously they're not monks, they're just Buddhists. I keep saying monks, but I'm gonna say fuck it because I've been saying monks. We get the jump on this guy, okay, Venerable Tamrin. Okay, we get the jump on him. And I think I say to him, "Oh, hello there, friend." I'm going to use leadership. I say, we're just a group of people. We're fleeing some very violent men. We are looking for safety right now. And obviously, I roll 9 for leadership. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How the fuck have I failed? Oh, no. Oh, there's 1 success, but I actually get an extra success because obviously this is leadership. And I say, I tell him the truth, obviously. And I'm saying to him, I say, listen, friend, listen to me. We are a group of people, okay? We've just fled some fucking very violent people, some very violent soldiers, all right? And we are looking for a place to stay, okay? We've got children in our group, okay? We've got old people, we've got sick people. We are not a threat. We are the opposite of a threat. Please, sir, can you let us in? And I think the monk probably says yes, okay? He says, okay, sure, we'll let you in. And then he lets us into their little community. Now, the little community is just a bunch of houses. They've kind of been secured. And obviously they've got something they've converted into a temple as well. So it's kind of like this area. Oh, that actually kind of looks temple-esque in a way, doesn't it? Look at that. There's a guy there as well. Hello. They've kind of converted... Oh, I'm going to take a screenshot. I kind of like that. They've converted a house into a temple. So this is their temple. And they've kind of got this little Buddhist commune going on down here. The problem with this is these guys are nice and all, obviously because they're a bunch of Buddhists. But let's be honest, this is the worst people that we could have been had an alliance with. Because they're fucking Buddhists. They're pacifists, for fuck's sake. What the fuck are we going to do? These guys are useless to us. So, ultimately, we've got a nice safe haven. But I have my selfish desires. And obviously, the Harbour folk have their selfish desires because they want to reclaim Point Roberts. That's the Harbour folks' main goal. That was their main sort of thing that they wanted. So, we've all got this selfish desire. I have it. Most of the Harbour folk members have it. So... I mean, sure, we've met these nice, monks and all, and they're kind of nice, but... I mean, we're not joining them, that's for sure. We're definitely not joining them. I think we're probably gonna... I feel like we're gonna move on. We've met them, we've conversed with them, I've talked to the members, and I've kind of got, a nice... they're nice and all. But to be quite honest with you, I think I'm going to say, listen, guys, it's been nice meeting you. We're going to head on. We're going to head on out. And I think we're, I'm going to say, listen, it's been nice seeing you guys. You're pretty cool. Thanks for being so hospitable and nice to us, and, not being some crazy psychopaths like those soldiers are. We've come all this way, we've sailed all this way. It's been a day. I mean, this is a long journey. I wonder how long that would take in a boat. Probably a day. So we've kind of come all this way. We're going to probably stay the night here. So yes, we probably are going to do one more night, which means we'll roll the fucking things, because we've had a rough day. To be fair, we set off. Oh no, we've already slept, right? So I guess it's daytime when we arrive because we've driven in the night. But we'll have to let like our people on our boat. I don't want to force them and do like enduro rolls for them. So I think what we'll do is we'll let them rest for a little bit, and then maybe we'll head up to Birch Bay up here. So let's head up to Birch Bay, meaning we have to roll another encounter. But those guys are still chilling down there. I'm just leaving them be, because to be quite honest with you, they're not that interesting, and they're going to be no help to us whatsoever. So, Birch Bay. Not to say Buddhists aren't interesting. They are. But in zombie apocalypse, having pacifists, I imagine they'd probably kill the dead. That's probably not. That's probably happening. So let's get to Birch Bay and roll an encounter. 4? What is a 4? A 4 is a walker swarm. Oh, fucking brilliant. Roll to determine the swarm size. So for this, we do a double low. That means we roll 2 6s and we pick the lowest number. So it's 5. And then how many? If it's 1, it's 101. Okay. So 400. But 400 zombies are in Birch Bay. That is not great. However, I'm gonna sort of see if we know where they are, right? So because we have like the thing, and obviously we're on the boat as well, and you know Silas has kind of scouted ahead for us and seeing that there's like about 400 odd walkers, or sorry, feeders in Birch Bay. I'm gonna wonder if we can send one of our scouts out. Now, who is good in scout? Scout standard, the child. I don't really want to send the child. My daughter is also good in stealth. Send my daughter out. No, I think so Annika. No, Annika's not. No, Annika's not. So I'm gonna send her out. She's an expert in stealth, so that means she gets 2. So she's going to carefully kind of navigate the streets to avoid walkers with Silas, while Silas is looking for stuff. So we're just scavenging, basically, is what we're doing here, just to see if there's anything good. So we've got 1 success there, so that means she's able to easily wait, no one's got survival as a thing, have they? No, I don't think so. Yeah, so that means she's able to do that, plus she's got an extra 1, right? Or 2. She trained, or is she master? She's an expert. Sorry. So yeah, it's a 2. She's not a master. She's just an expert. So that's an extra 1 there. So that means she got 2 successes. That's pretty good. So that means she's extra good. So that she's accounted for Silas as well. She's now Silas is gonna roll for. He's gonna do base for survival. So that's nothing. And then I guess she'll do 1 too. She'll do a base 4 for survival. So we've discovered nothing in Birch Bay. Nothing of fucking use. What the fuck's the point, man? Well, I guess we're still in this day. So the start of the day, obviously, we ended up in Neptune Beach and we met the Buddhists. Then we've kind of spent the rest of the day going to Birch Bay. I think we'll head up to Blaine, and let's now do an encounter for Blaine. 5. So 5 is... Oh, it's a faction encounter again. We're meeting all the factions. Maybe we might just go down and chill out with the Buddhists at this point. Who knows? So another faction encounter. Bloody hell, we're meeting them all today. So what is the size of the faction? 2. So 6 to 10 people are in this faction. Again, what we'll do is we'll roll 10 to discover exactly how many. 7. So there we are. There's 7 people in this faction. Awesome. Now let's discover what kind of leadership they are. So, actually, wait, before we do leadership, let's do faction type. If they're chaotic murderers, I'm fucked. We're fucked. 3. So they are a group that existed before the outbreak happens. A family, a group of police officers or scientists. In many ways, they act like the world is just the same as it was before. Okay, that's interesting. I've got this random job / occupation generator. Here we are. Wait, no, that is something. It's a bunch of aircraft engineers. They're aircraft engineers. I feel like they're probably gonna know enough to be able to pilot a plane. What the fuck? What luck was this? We found someone who I think reasonably is gonna be able to pilot a plane, and I feel like 7 aircraft engineers is a bit random, but I think that's kind of cool. Shit. Okay. That's a random faction. But I like it. So they're people who are trying to what were they? A group that existed before. So they're a bunch of aircraft engineers. I guess maybe there's some sort of engineering group, like kind of like you can see like some sort of like engineering kind of like factory or like an air, because they would be like, you know, testing airplanes and stuff. Probably we could just bullshit it. It doesn't have to be actually true, does it? So let's say there's like a little airstrip here on this kind of like little sticky out part. So on this little sticky out part, there's like a little airstrip. Let's say there's a little airstrip, and so yeah, this is where these like aircraft engineers all kind of live. This is working out great. We got the faction leadership. So of these engineers, what kind of leadership do they have? Oh, great. So they have so there's a tyrant that is controlling everything. So one of these guys is a tyrant, and he's controlling them all. He's got them all like into submission. So that is going to become an issue. And then what is their asset? What is their assets? 6. Technology from the pre-outbreak world, for example, a generator, hot water, functional high-tech defense system, radar device, or functional communication with other groups. Okay, if they've got technology from the pre-outbreak and they're aircraft engineers, I think we know what technology they have, right? What is the logical thing that they have? It's a fucking airplane. They've got a working airplane. Oh my days. Now, what is their faction need? This is where it might go all downhill. This is where it all might go downhill. 5. Oh, wait, oh no, we've got to do 2, don't we? 56. So, 56. Well-trained and well-armed. That is their issue. They are well-trained. Wait, they're well-trained. They're well-armed. Oh my god. Our luck has just gone from fucking shit to amazing. Holy fuck. Okay, this is awesome. So I was thinking I probably actually shouldn't know where their base is, because I've done this like every time where I've just sort of been like, oh yeah, I know where their base is. I probably shouldn't know that, because technically speaking, you're meant to find that out. I'm aware of the faction. I've encountered like a member of the faction, basically. So I think we've just sort of seen like a guy who's obviously an air mechanic, and we've kind of seen some makeshift runway, which is here, and we've seen like a plane that's on it. So we kind of have and maybe actually we see both members. We see the tyrant, the leader, the guy who's the leader of the group, the tyrant guy. He's probably the boss of this company, this aircraft company that obviously makes airplanes. I think this airplane's probably just on the sort of on this kind of field here, like a makeshift runway. It's been landed, and some dude's working on it, and obviously maybe they've got a plan to like get their way out of it. Maybe that's what they're doing. They want to leave eventually. I don't know, but we've encountered like 2 members. The leader, well, we've stayed hidden there. We've just kind of watched them from afar. Maybe we'll do a roll for that. Hang on. So let's just roll to see if we stay hidden. I think I did 4, don't I? I'm doing base 4. It's just for an NPC. It's not for me. I don't care. It's a 6. It doesn't matter. Yeah, so we stay hidden. We just kind of watch them, but we don't know where their base is exactly. So I guess I have to maybe generate these 2 guys, and we'll see. So I've generated these 2. Got Hal Griggs. I like that, Hal. I don't know, something about that name. And then Mateo Alvarez. So we've got Harold Griggs, who is this CEO. I just called it Aircrafts Are Us, because what the fuck, no, I don't care. And he's tyrannical and delusional. He believes he's the only person capable of rebuilding civilization and treats survivors like employees, not equals. So I kind of like this. I sort of customized it. I said he has to be tyrannical. That's his issue. But this is kind of cool. So if we were to try and join him, he would treat us like his employees because he's like in charge right now, and he's got this like semi, customized automatic rifle. And then you got Mateo Alvarez, this aircraft mechanic, and he's got this suppressed rage, like years of abuse under Hal, and it's made him cold and bitter. He's debating whether to kill him, which is pretty funny. And I guess we maybe see this dynamic a little bit. Who are the NPC that's looking? I guess it's an NPC who's scouted this out for us, and he's kind of watched, and he reports all this NPC, whichever one it is. I guess it's whoever rolled successfully. Maybe we'll say it's Carlos. Yeah, Carlos hasn't really done much because it was just a base 4. So Carlos has gone out there and he comes back and he reports that these guys, there was that dynamic going on, that this poor Mateo guy was being bullied by this boss, and that obviously the other guys who work under him, that this must be a similar dynamic. But obviously Carlos didn't follow them back to where they are at, so we don't actually know where their haven is. We've got to we can either explore it or potentially we have to approach one of these guys, but we know where their plane is now, so I'm wondering what time it would be now, because the morning of we went to Neptune, and then obviously we spent a little bit of time with the Buddhists, then we went up to Birch Bay, and then we've done here. So I feel like it's approaching sunset for sure now. So maybe we wait till the morning to confront these guys. Let's say that. So I think we just sort of kind of keep our boats out at sea, and we all decide to have a rest until morning. And I've got a plan when morning comes. I have started to keep notes because someone did say to keep notes about like sort of outbreak day and stuff. So that's what we've been doing here. So I've kind of got these notes here to help us keep track of the days. So I'm going to say it was day 8, the day, because obviously like the first day of the outbreak wasn't really like society was still there. So like, because I think day 2 is when like shit really hits the fan, right? But whilst we sleep, I'm going to be sleeping, and so is, a lot of the group, but probably want a couple people on guard. I think Tommy is probably... he's been sleeping this whole time, most likely anyway, so he's probably going to be on guard for us. As well as him, I think we'll probably have... I don't imagine Callum's going to be sleeping much anyway, because he's obviously recently lost his son. So I think these two will be on guard. And whilst they're on guard, I think it's probably going to be best to send someone out to scavenge, because currently now, we left the haven... When we leave the haven, we technically have 1 ration. Now, of course, we can fish, which we can do in the morning. I guess we can have Tommy fish in the morning. But obviously, the harbour folk have this ideal, right? If the only food we can have is fish, because we've had to abandon all the small crops that were at the marina, as well as the chickens. I imagine the chickens have been killed now. Let's be real. They're dead. Now, because the harbour folk have this weird belief, like each individual person's going to have to fish for their food. Speaking of, so that will be interesting. However, I think I'm going to suggest to Miriam and Tommy and Silas that we probably send some people out. So let's see if they agree to this. So I'm going to roll my 9 to ask 8, 9. Okay, so 1 success. Yeah, I don't imagine they're going to be into too much disagreement. So they sort of look at it, they say, okay, who do I propose? And I'm going to say, well, good old Callum's on guard duty. So I went to Miriam, like, why don't you go, Miriam? I've stepped up as... Actually, yeah, I'm going to say this, okay? I'm gonna guilt trip Miriam. I'm going to say, listen, Miriam, okay? Why don't you go out and scavenge? Because at the end of the day, we've all been out here, I've been shot at, Silas almost died, Callum, he almost died, like, Tommy's been on the boat, taking us around. What if you probably should step up as a leader, and I understand you've lost your son, so I'm doing like a little bit of a manipulation here, and I think I'm just going to send her on her own to look for food. So I'm going to roll a 9 to try and manipulate her. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 3 successes. Okay, so I really guilt trip her. She's like, oh shit. She feels dreadful. So she goes out at night to find food for us as we're sort of sleeping. So let's roll this and see if she makes it. So hang on, let me just get rid of all these. So let's see. 4. So all NPCs return tired, wounded, and scared, but carrying something valuable. Okay, so she went out there to go get food. So I'm gonna say, she finds the food, but let's add something else as well. Let's say she found something else. So yeah, she found food for everyone. We're gonna say she found food for everyone. I'm gonna be nice to myself and say that. But then we're also going to roll the scavenging table. So we roll... Oh, shit. Not that one. So 216 is what we need to look for. 216. Canned goods, bell peppers in oil. 1 ration. Okay, so she found food for everyone plus 1. So, I don't know. This doesn't really matter too much. It's nothing special. It doesn't really matter. It's an extra food, okay? Everyone gets some peppers with their food today. But anyway, a new morning comes, which means I'm going to re-roll for... these clocks. Now, obviously, these clocks I think you're meant to do every session, but I've just been doing them every new day. I just think that's more interesting. So here is obviously the rumor clocks. A couple of them got updated. 3 of them got updated. 3 of them didn't. Here's obviously the rolls. Now, of course, I've deleted the one about the alliance at Neptune Beach because that alliance is no longer really happening. But I guess that means we need a new rumor clock. Now, I've just been rolling Theme Oracle, which is probably fine, but I probably should also roll the Rumour table first. So I'm going to do that from now on, if I remember. Yeah, so let's actually roll what the Rumour will be. I've meant to be doing this the whole time, but I haven't for some... I don't know. I've just been going with the Theme Oracle, which is okay. So 2, a dangerous NPC or faction. Okay, so I don't know if I want to go with just an NPC, because I feel like a faction... We've already got quite a few factions recently, so let's go for an NPC. Let's say Annika. Was that her name? Annika, that lady with the kid. Yeah, we'll say her. She got talking to one of the Buddhists when we were briefly there, and she learned about this dangerous NPC somewhere. Now, where exactly could they be? Now, I might use the Walker Swarm thing, which we're going to get onto in a bit. Might use this table to help us. So let's roll one of these. You'll see what I'm doing here. So 2 is east. Okay, so we're here. Neptune Beach. So east of Neptune Beach would be sort of this way. So there's somewhere east of Neptune Beach, this dangerous NPC. Or we'll say down this road anyway. MB Food Mart. Somewhere down this road is where this dangerous NPC... Maybe it is here, like this Food Mart, where there's like lots of food kept, okay? So there's a dangerous NPC at this Food Mart, sort of east of Neptune Beach. I guess he's guarding, yeah, he's guarding, or he or she is guarding this Food Mart. Now, I'm going to roll the Theme Oracle regardless, because I kind of want to get a sense of... you know, this person. So we'll roll 3. Oop. So 11. And then 3. Ooh, obsession. Obsession. Okay, so this NPC has, I guess, an obsession with keeping this place safe and murdering folk who come across it, right? Who come down this road. So Slater Road and Elder Road, okay? It's this sort of junction here. They're on top of this Food Mart, constantly guarding it, and anyone who comes close, they start shooting at, and that's what we've learned, this rumor. So, ooh, that's an interesting rumor. These are the rolls for the issue clock, so I've got to update. So I only have to update 2. You know what? Those are all updated. Only 2 of them did get updated, but this one is dangerously close. And next we have to update the alliance clocks. So we've got 3 not alliances, faction clocks. We've got 3 factions now, which is kind of cool. So ACA does not increase. Neptune's Temple does, and as does the Crafts of Us. So time to do 3 rolls to determine where the swarm's going. So 2 for the first one. So that's for this one, for the horde that's in Ladner. So the one in Ladner is heading east, interestingly enough. So it's going towards Delta, this airport here as well, obviously. Boundary Bay Airport. So it's heading towards the airport. The big swarm in Ladner. And now that swarm is what? We said like 4,000, didn't we? Like 4,000 plus the 100 that were already there. So that's a big horde. So we got 5 for the second one. So we'll consider this one down here. So 5 stays in the same sector. So they're just munching on our chickens, I guess. And then finally we have the one in Birch Bay. So for that we rolled a 1, which means it heads north. So that means, fucking shit. It's heading towards Blaine. Oh no. So that's where our boys are. Now this becomes a problem. So in the morning, we awake and we're on the boat. Obviously we get like a little bit of a, we get a bit of a head start. The herd is heading towards Blaine. So I think before the herd finally gets to our friends at the plane, I think we are... I'm going to make a ruckus. I'm going to head towards the plane now. So I think the walkers like enter the main. We sort of see them along this road here, kind of entering the main what town or whatever it is, city, whatever it is of Blaine. It's a city. It is a city. So they're entering the city of Blaine. We sort of see them coming along this main, the 5, whatever this road is, this main road. Actually, I'm going to say, because the herd came from Birch Bay up here, I don't think they've gone around this road. I think they've probably gone up this way. So we sort of see them around this area here, which is obviously here-ish. So like we see them kind of coming up this way. Obviously, maybe they've spotted our boats or something. They're heading towards the Samiamu Spit. That sounds wrong. Yeah, so they're heading up here. We kind of see them come up here. So I think I'm going to head towards the plane. And I am going to start firing my rifle to sort of attract them. That's what I'm doing. So I take a team out with me on the boat. We quickly roll up because we want to quickly warn them about this herd. That's what I'm going to come to do. So I'm going to head with... I said Callum was guarding, right? So I'm going to head with me and Carlos, I think. Me, Carlos, Elias. And I'll bring Mabel with me as well because she has a revolver. So I start firing my rifle. My booming voice, I say, I'm firing this weapon like right by their plane as well. So I'm just trying to get their attention currently. And I say, there's a herd on the way. It's heading right where. It's heading your way, man. It's heading your way, guys. So I'm sort of booming this. I say, we come in peace. We're here to warn you. We're here to help. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, so they don't believe me, I guess. They do not believe that we're here to help, and they see the horde. So I think they're probably going to stay, maybe hidden. I'm not sure. Do they stay hidden on the Look Oracle? No, they don't stay hidden. Oh, God. Do they attack? 6 is... extreme, yes. They're going to start attacking us. So, I'm going to say 3 of them start firing at us. Oh, no. Okay, so who is it? It's me. So, it's obviously us 4 here. I have my rifle. And I'm sort of... So, 3 of them attack us. I'm going to say it's both... these guys, so you got Hal, Mateo, and one other guy. So it's us versus 3, 4 of us versus 3. They start shooting at us, trying to obviously protect their plane. So I'm going to shoot back, but I'm only aiming for... so they're shooting at us, we're shooting at them. This is already gone tits up. But I'm going to be aiming for Hal. I'm going to be aiming for the big guy. So I need to fire base 4 plus my... wait, no, it's not base 4. Range combat. So I actually roll 3, not 4, but it's okay because I got a plus 3 on my gun. So I roll 2 extra ones. Okay, and I'm gonna say they are well armed, but obviously I'm gonna say the other guy's probably tech as well. Obviously Mateo's skill is tech, and his skill is leadership, and I think the third guy or third girl or whatever the person is, I'm gonna say theirs is tech as well. So that's what I'm rolling against. So I've got 1 success against theirs. Now it's because they're not trained in range combat. So that means Hal has not managed to shoot me, but I've managed to shoot Hal. So I am going to do 2 damage to Hal, which means that I've shot him and he's on 1 health. He's not quite broken, or I've taken 2 health away from him. Let me just have a quick look. So he's on. Yeah. So I've battered him. He's on 1 health. So I shot Hal, and after I've shot him, I guess I'm gonna roll for the other guys too. This is going tits up, hasn't it? Absolutely tits up. I'm gonna roll for Mabel as well. She's gonna fire her little revolver, and I think as well, I sort of say to her, as we're like in the hurry, I kind of just utter like, "Don't shoot the Mateo guy. Don't shoot the other 2. Just shoot that arsehole, the fat guy. Okay, just shoot him." So Mabel listens to me. So base 4 plus then 2 for a revolver, I think. So she misses. She's not got enough successes. That means that the other 2 are probably gonna shoot back at us, poor Mabel. So that means, should we say that Mateo fires at her? What's Mateo got again? A shotgun? I think that's base 2. So that's 2. What damage does a shotgun do? Let me find. Oh no, a shotgun does 2 damage, but oh fuck. Okay, I'm so sorry, Mabel. So poor Mabel has been shot, meaning she's on 1 health now. I don't know if this was the right way to go. I've ballsed this all up, and I say, I think as she's been shot, I sort of scream out at them like, listen, and I'm sort of speaking to mainly Mateo and the other guy, like, we have no beef with you. We looked at you yesterday. I've seen what kind of a tyrant that guy is. I see the rage in your eyes, son. I'm saying this to Mateo. I'm saying this to Mateo, and obviously the other one. But especially Mateo, I'm saying I've seen the rage. My friend has seen the rage in your eyes. I can tell that you hate this guy, your boss, right? And I'm gonna say I've had bad bosses before, so I understand, man. I understand. But please, we're not here. We're here to help. I was trying to warn you about the herd. We've shot at you. You shot at us, but I'm not trying to hurt you, okay? But listen. We can come together as one. We have a safe haven. I'm sort of lying as here as well. So I guess this is both manipulation and leadership. I'm going to say it's kind of both. But I'm preaching. I'm saying, listen, guys. Listen, please. Just hear us out. Hear us out, okay? We can join you. Oh, shit. I never rolled for how much of an expert he is. Let me check. I rolled, and that means that Hal is a master. So Hal is a master in leadership, meaning I need to get 3 successes to beat him. Now, obviously here, I've got 1, I've got 2, but that's it. I've only got 2, which means that Mateo has not listened to me at all. He has not listened to me whatsoever. I'm just going to generate the third person as well. So we got Cami Duval. She is joining the 3. So here she is. I got a little picture for her. So these 3 are the people that are shooting at us. So I think now the only option I have is to kill Hal and then be able to convince these 2 to stop shooting. So that means we are going to fire again. I'm going to fire again at Hal. So of course I do 3 and then 3 for my gun. Fuck. So I fail and get no successes. So only your opponent deals damage. Hang on a minute. So that means I'm getting shot by all 3 opponents. What have I done? I fucked myself. I've actually fucked myself. Why did I do this? Why did I think this was a good idea? I've killed myself. A rifle, a pump shotgun, and another rifle. Well, I'm gonna be critically injured, that's for sure. So I'm not gonna kill myself, but I'm gonna be critically injured because I'm gonna get shot with a rifle and a shotgun, and another rifle. So I guess I've just shot to shit, shot multiple. Let's just figure out where I've been shot. Now, I do have this 9 lives, which means it's a talent, so when rolling for a critical injury, you may decide which of the dice represents the 10s and which represents the 1s. So I get to decide here, really. So it's a lucky talent to have. So let's go. So 32, or it can be 23. So 32 or 23. So what's 32? A cut open leg? Oh. And what's 23? Ripped off ear. Huh. So that means they shoot my ear. So I am broken. See -1. Is that all that happens to me? Really? Lost my ear. So they shoot me quite badly, I guess. But I don't know. I'm gonna say I've been shot, probably the shoulder again. It's not really a critical injury. That's what I mean. A ripped off ear. I don't really know how to interpret this. I guess because I'm broken, so I'm currently on 0 health. But the only penalty I've got is they've shot my ear off, like one of my ears off. Okay. Well, I don't understand. So it says it's not lethal, obviously. Time limit, obviously nothing because I've lost my ear. Penalty recovery days. So I think I roll how many days it is. So I roll D6 days, how many days it takes me to recover from my ear being shot off and also being shot. Oh, only 1 day. Look at that. So, okay. So I'm broken. They've shot my ear off. That's pretty. And I need to recover. It's going to take me 1 day to recover, meaning I won't be recovered until tomorrow. But I'm currently out of commission. I can't do anything. So it's up to Mabel. It's literally up to Mabel. With a base 4 +2 for a revolver. Oh my god. 1 success. 1 success. So she's got the required amount of successes. So she deals damage. Oh, Mabel! You genius! So a revolver does what damage? Let me check. Oh, it does 2 damage. Oh, so she's broken Hal. So it doesn't really matter, but I'm gonna roll for a critical injury. 52. Oop, hang on, 52. What's 52? Ruptured bowel? Oh my god. So yeah, I guess Mabel shot him with the revolver, and the bullet went through his bowel, through Hal's bowel. So he's Hal's bowel. It's gone through Hal's bowel. So he's on the floor, in pain, crying. It's gonna take. Oh, so he has to be treated within hours. An hour. Oh, an hour. An hour. An hours. I guess we roll for how many hours we need. How many hours does Hal have until he's dead? 5 hours until he's dead. And it's going to take him so many weeks to recover, but we'll figure that out. So he's on the floor. He's obviously bleeding, and I said, oh, shit, I can't do anything. I'm broken, so I can't do a leadership roll. Oh, no. I'm broken, so I can't actually roll for leadership. Fuck. I guess Mabel is going to be like, guys, listen, we're here to help, please. Oh, Mabel, queen. What a queen. Wait, Silas can do it as well. He's got leadership. Wait, no, this is Silas. Wait, is Silas standard? Hang on. Yeah, so Elias is a master, which means I actually have to roll 10 dice. I've been doing it wrong. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. So Silas, preaching. He's preaching and he's saying, listen, guys, put down the weapons. We are here to help. Please. No more bloodshed. And obviously because, what's his name? Hal is out of commission. Silas is able to convince them to put their weapons down. And so Cammy and Mateo sort of say, like, you fucking, you shot at us, right? And we're like, listen, you shot first, okay? We were shooting just to warn you about the herd, but the mega herd, it's on its way, okay? The threat level has increased. The herd is close. And I shout to them, like, where is your base? We need to head to your base and get the rest of your people, all right? We overheard. We know that there's 4 more of you, okay? And Cammy's obviously quite torn because she wants to save Hal. And I say, okay, listen, we'll grab him and we'll run to your base. Where is your base? I'm going to say Well, this is Elias talking, not me, because I'm injured too. So I guess Elias convinces them enough to bring us to their base. Now, where is their base? I guess I don't know. Let's just decide. They tell us where their base is. What have we got here? This fucking spa resort. This looks cool. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so this is their base. They live in this sort of spa area. They're a bunch of aircraft engineers. Maybe they were on like a company retreat when the outbreak happened. But they somehow got a plane there. I don't know how. So anyway, we rush off to the spa. Obviously, the herd is heading our way. There's no way we can avoid it because obviously they are just coming up this road towards us. So we need to head up here and get these people. Do they have a working vehicle other than a plane? That's what I want to know. Look, Oracle. Okay, that's a no. But okay, so they don't have like a motor vehicle. But do they have bicycles? Extreme no. Okay, so they're not got vehicles. We got to do this. I'm gonna say, because I can still speak, I just can't do a leadership role. I'm gonna say, guys. Get me and the Hal guy to the boat, right? And then you lot, the others, I'm gonna utter out, get me to the boat, and we'll get the others, okay? So, can the others get me to the boat? To Elias, no? Can Carlos do it? I'm just gonna say he does, okay? And then, obviously for Hal as well, do they get Hal to the boat too? Okay, that's one success. Okay, I'm just gonna be nice. Yeah, whatever. I rolled like 3 times. That's probably not allowed, but whatever. Yeah, so me and Hal, we're put on the boat. Obviously, Hal is bleeding quite badly, so he needs treatment. We have got, so they put me on one of the boats, and we head out to sea to go sort of meet the rest of our group members. Both of us are obviously broken, and we've kind of got the sort of trust of these guys. You know, we say like, listen, well, say me. I can't say it. But to be honest, I feel like Silas and Carlos probably like know my objectives well enough. I guess Mabel also tags along, although she's injured, so maybe she came on the boat with us. Yeah, I'll say she came on the boat with us. Elias and Carlos. I keep mixing Elias and Silas up. I don't know why. They're similar-ish names, I guess. They obviously get to safety with Cami and Mateo, and of course they alert all the other group members. Now I'm gonna do a leadership role for Silas. No, Silas, Elias. I need to kill off one of them so I don't mix up the names. Do a role for Elias, a leadership role, to see if he's able to convince everyone to kind of come with us. Because obviously we have had a gunfight, so, you know, there's that whole shenanigans that happened. So he's a master in leadership. So yeah, masters at +6, so they roll 10 dice. I think I messed this up before, so yeah, obviously 4, 5... Wait, hang on. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 2 successes for Elias. So I'm going to say that, yeah, Elias does convince them that we mean no harm. We are generally trying to just protect them. I think Actually, wait. Because now we're not preaching to Hal anymore. So when we're doing an opposed role, obviously we do player-facing roles, right? But I'm doing that for the NPCs too. So I think actually, yeah, that's what would happen. We would just, because none of these guys will be leadership, they'll be trained in leadership, then 2 successes is more than successful. It's more than the success we need. So these guys, we're going to help these guys get on to our boat, and they're going to bring their arms. Obviously, they're all very well equipped, as we figured out. So, yikes, we're bringing in some new people to our group. So I asked the AI to make me some characters for the aircraft people, and it made a very diverse group of individuals, which is cool, okay? So we got Raj, Meta, we got Bonnie, Hale, Trevor, Shin, and Alahni. I think that's how you say it. Alahni. I fucking just looked up how to say it as well. Alani Keola. If I'm butchering it, I'm butchering it. Also, I tried to get a picture of her not in a bloody bikini, but the AI kept generating, because I think I said she's native Hawaiian. It was like, oh, Hawaiian? Oh, she must be in a bikini. So this was the best one I could get that doesn't have her being in a bikini. Although she just, I don't know if she, yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. So here we go. Our group of people. So I guess Elias gets them all on the boat with us. So they've all joined us on the boat, and the herd obviously has now ripped through that sort of part of the map. So it's, the herd's gone up to Birch Bay, up to Blaine. So it's kind of gone up to this pit, this piece of the map that the people were on, the aircraft people were on. Now, obviously, their plane is probably intact because, let's be honest, a few zombies, although there's quite a lot of zombies, them all brushing up on their plane is not a big deal. And I sort of say to them in my injured state, like, and maybe I'm telling Elias this, right? Just let them know, just assure them, okay? Assure them that, we are going to help them get their little base back, their home back, their plane back. However, we warned them. We shot each other. I understand that, right? Of course, we're both as bad as each other in some ways. I don't know if that's the right way to say, but I fucked up. I was trying to warn them by shoot your gun. Silly me. Maybe I tell Elias, guilt trip them a little bit, okay? Because Elias is my friend, so he'll probably listen to me. He thinks I'm worthy. So I tell him, listen to me, Elias. I need you to guilt trip them hard. Say, you shot our leader. You shot an old woman. You've done some terrible things, guys. To make it right, we're going to help you get your home back, but you need to help us get our home back, please. And our home is, of course, at Point Roberts. So I let them know. But also, I think they probably, because I said they're well armed, I'm going to imagine they're going to have some guns too, because obviously they're well armed. They're not just armed. They're well armed. So I think it's going to be reasonable to say that they've got 5 extra guns for us. And I'm just being... Actually, should I do a roll for it? So I roll how many extra guns they have? So we'll say it's... Whatever number this is, it's this plus 1. 4. Well, I say plus 1, I meant times 2, sorry. This times 2. So 4 times 2 is 8. So they have 8 guns for us. That's what I meant. I fucking misspoke. Oh, well. 5 or 8, doesn't really matter. We'll have 8 guns, thank you very much. I'm being nice to myself for a change. So, yeah. So, I guess because it's a manipulation, this isn't leadership, this is a manipulation role through and through. Unfortunately, Elias will have to just do a base 4. So, let's hope. Let's hope and pray. So, I guess they want us. I think a good way to solve this is to say, listen, we will help you with your problem. We'll help you take out these crazy soldiers. Sure, that's fine. On one condition, you solve our problem first, because you partially fucked up, right? And maybe this is what maybe we'll say Cammy says this, because obviously Hal is pretty injured right now. He can't do much. So maybe Cammy sort of says on his behalf, because obviously Cammy is loyal to Hal in some respects. She sort of says, you guys have got to solve this first. You've got to help Hal get back on his feet, and you've also got to solve our problem. The trouble is once Hal is on his feet, he's obviously a tyrant. He's also a master of leadership. He's going to be a difficult entity to solve. So I say, okay, guys, it's been a long day. You guys try and get some kip on the boats. Yeah, you guys try and get some kip on the boats. And what we'll do, right? I guess the day hasn't really, because we did this in the morning, so this has all happened. No, there's probably not. I'd say probably not enough time is it passed really to sleep necessarily. Yeah, it's around here. On this grassy bit somewhere on one of these grassy bits. So we've got to essentially, we could do this, but I need to recover first. So I guess we would leave it to the next day. It's probably best. I'm gonna say, okay, guys, let's have a little sleep. So I need to recover. I think what I'll do is I'll have good old Norris give me a medicine roll So he's obviously only trained, so he gets an extra one. Ooh, 1 success. So I think at the very least, 1 success. I think it's probably fair to say I'm no longer broken. I'm just battered. And then obviously I'll just be bruised when I heal. So I'll be on 2 health, basically. So I'm back on 1 health. And I think as well, I'll have Norris try and recover Hal. I think we'll do that too. I think that's probably fair. Oh, why did he have to succeed? So, yeah, Norris does successfully get Hal. So Hal's no longer broken either. Wait, what was his thing again? So I guess what Norris has done for Hal is he's just, like, patched it up to some degree. But I don't know if we needed advanced medical equipment for it. I need to check. Ruptured bowel means it doesn't say anything about, you know, not being able to act. I guess we'd have to take it. But a ruptured bowel, you'd need some sort of equipment. I feel like, yeah, you need like advanced medical equipment, and we don't have that. We have like a simple med kit, which I guess I could probably hand to Norris. So I don't know if that's like, I feel like for a ruptured bowel, that's probably like too, because that's like life-threatening. That is critical. So I don't know if 1 success is really enough. I guess it's a success for, like, maybe he's got extra time. Let's say, how many days does he have now? 5. So he has 5 extra days. We have 5 days to find advanced medical equipment. I think that's probably a fair thing to say. We have 5 days to find advanced medical equipment, or poor old Hal is not going to make it. So this up here is going to be Hal's clock, but I'm just going to fill it up every... Actually, maybe I'll put it on the faction list. So this is this is Hal's clock. I just got to remember this is Hal's clock. This just is automatically going to get filled in, just as a reminder. But I think, like I said, we're going to rest. And tomorrow morning, in the next session, in the next video, I think we'll try and deal with the mega herd that's currently within Birch Bay. And I guess any suggestions for how to deal with that mega herd would be greatly appreciated. But before we leave, I think we'll roll for all of our rumor clocks and stuff. So it's going to be a new day, only because I've got to recover and I can't do anything otherwise, and it's kind of boring if it's just like the NPCs doing stuff. So let's just roll for all the rumor clocks and stuff as we go into this next session and day, and then we'll be ready to just start straight away when we get to the next week's session. So rumor clocks there, these are the numbers, so they've changed now. Next, let's do the issue clocks. So right, basically none of them got filled up other than this one, which was the only one that was obviously one. So this one is now full. Now we said that this one here was going to be Elias's bullying, bullying of Aiko. So Aiko is it's going to basically, him bullying her has now reached a point. So maybe with the whole aircraft people coming in as well, and Aiko like not really, I guess, stepping up in any way, and maybe Elias feeling like she's not worthy, like obviously that was his issue. He believes some people aren't worthy. It comes to a point where he berates her, or maybe even physically hits her. Maybe that's what happens. So this has like reached a boiling point. So we'll have to figure out exactly what's happened in next episode. But that is an issue clock that's fully filled up the first time it's happened, which is kind of crazy. So I filled up the little faction clock for Hal as well. The little Hal clock, the Hal dying clock. I don't know if I care that much about saving Hal, but I guess his people would. Wait, hang on. Oops. There's only 3. I rolled too many there. So 4, 1, 4. So 4 is the ACA. So this one is obviously filled up. 1, the Neptune's Temple has not showed up. And then what was the other one? 4 again. So Aircraft Saros have also filled up too. So these factions they're starting to reach a point. Ooh. But the ACA are the only ones that we're like really concerned about. I feel like if the Neptune Temple one fills up, they'll just all die. To be honest. I don't know. Anyway, I think that is it for the session. I mean, ultimately, we didn't lose anyone, which was good. I almost died, and Mabel almost died, and we almost killed this Hal guy, but ultimately speaking, we've lost no one so far, so that was good. That was progress, and now we have to help out the aircraft people, and in return, they will help us take out the ACA. So that's pretty good. We've got like a little bit of an alliance there. So the alliance wasn't true. The thing that we were investigating, it turned out to be false, but we only had to obviously go a little bit up the water, and we met a proper true alliance. Now, clearly, we didn't we didn't get off on the best foots, but eventually we solved it all. So now we're on track to taking back our home from these damn fucking soldiers. Almost forgot, I need to actually determine where the herd is, so we might not even need to defeat the herd. After all, I went about come up with some cool ideas, so sorry if you ended up coming up with a cool idea, because it's possible the herd won't even move. So we'll decide this one first. 6, stays in the sector. Okay, in fact, do come up with some interesting ways to get rid of the herd, because it stayed in the sector. Now, we've also got the one that's obviously up here, that was in Ladner before. Where's that one gone? 2. So 2 means that it's headed east. Well, I've I'll say it's like here. I gotta remember, because obviously east is out of the map boundaries there, which is a bit annoying. But it means it's off. Maybe actually if it's out of here, like a sector, maybe that means that it's no longer a concern for us. But I guess this technically does loop around to here eventually, so I'll have to try and figure that out. But I'll put it on the end here to represent it's out here. And then finally we've got to do the one that's actually in Point Roberts at our home. 2? Oh, wait, what was 2 again? 2 was east. So the herd in Point Roberts is actually headed kind of where our church was, our very first haven. So it started to rip through there for some weird reason. So that's interesting. It's headed that way. Maybe the soldiers kind of were shooting guns or something, and that's what caused them to go there. Or maybe they were coughing too loud. But yeah, like I said, help with how we deal with this herd. We could just fight them with our guns if we went, go in there and just shoot them to death. Or potentially with this herd, we'll have to find a smarter way. And then also how to interpret that whole Aiko and Elias spat that's now come to a head, him bullying her. So yeah, thanks for watching. I've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.